November 11th, 1964.
Hi, I'm Allen Ludden, and I've got a secret.
From Hollywood, the show that reveals all, I've Got a Secret. And now let's meet the star of I've Got a Secret, Steve Allen.
Good evening. You're right, and welcome to I've Got a Secret. Tonight's panelists are the irrepressible Pat Carroll, the repressible Henry Morgan, don't forget it, Henry, the lovely Broadway and TV star Anita Gillette, and our court jester from merry old England, Lord Richard of Dawson. There's our panel.
Thank you, Tom.
And now, let's see if we can locate a first contestant right over in this area here. Yes, we seem to be in luck. Nice to have you with us, sir. And would you tell the panel your name?
Richard Dwyer,
Richard Dwyer. And where are you from, Mr. Dwyer?
Los Angeles.
Okay. And what is it that you brought here with you tonight? I see an object here.
Yes, this is a frying pan coated with DuPont Teflon to keep foods from sticking. And I'm going to do something unusual on a large Teflon surface.
Well, if you'll whisper your secret to me, Mr. Dwyer, we'll let the audience know what it is. Uh-huh. All right. Panel, Mr. Dwyer's secret involves his, as he's told you, using a large Teflon surface in an unusual way. We'll start the questioning with Henry Morgan, since he just got to town.
Mr. Dwyer, are you going to use heat?
No.
Well, why are you bothering with the Teflon?
You'll
Is
find
it
out.
because it's smooth? No, I'm not talking to you, Steve.
I'm sorry.
Mr. Dwyer, is it because of its smooth surface?
Right, right.
Are you going to be physically on this surface?
Yes.
Are you going to be wearing anything special when you get on the surface?
Yes, I guess. No.
Something additional.
Mm-hmm.
What I'm thinking
right.
of is, you know, like ice skates or something like that.
It's exactly what he's going to be wearing, Henry.
You're going to be wearing ice skates.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you very much.
That's it.
How can they do that
There's no
No,
fast?
No, pardon me, Mr. Dwyer. You, Steve.
Yes, Henry.
What were you so bashful about? Why couldn't you just come out and say, that's right? You sat there and stared at me.
That's right. Well, actually, I was thunderstruck.
Well, let's...
Not that I think of it, you can't be thunderstruck, can you? You can be lightning struck.
Let's hope you get something.
Or starstruck. Anyway, back to our program. This is the Richard Dwyer panel, as you now probably have put together for yourselves, the star of Shipstead and Johnson's Ice Follies. You already know, of course, you already know what his secret is, and...
You are going to skate in a skillet.
Right, just about that size.
Point his little toe in there. No,
Not
we have a great big flat Teflon surface, which you will now see as we open the Great Wall. There it is. Let's go over there and look at it. There we are. The Ice Follies is, of course, great family entertainment. Millions of people have seen you perform, Richard. How long have you been skating with the show?
Steve, I've been with Ice Follies for 23 years.
He doesn't look that old.
A long time. No.
Right here in Southern California.
Have you ever skated on Teflon before?
Yesterday, as a matter of fact.
Just one. How was it? How does it compare with ice?
It's quite a bit more difficult in the sense that you have to push much harder. I feel a little strange. I'm not quite as secure as I am on ice. I know, you know, the blade goes into it.
That's right. If you feel strange, you're with the right group. So help yourself to our Teflon there, Richard. All right. We do wish you luck.
If you don't skate well, we'll cook you.
Okay, turn on the gas, gang. Imagine that, skating without ice. Next week, ladies and gentlemen, Myron Cohen will be here and skate on chicken fat. How do you like that? that beautiful? Congratulations. Thank you. Richard Wilder. Beautiful. Terrific. We'll see you at the ice parlors. Big finish, Richard. Look at this. Ho, ho! Very good. Richard Wilder, the ice parlors. We'll be right back.
I've Got a Secret will continue in just 1 minute.
There's Go Network.
And now let's meet our next contestant. Would you tell us your name, sir?
My name is Jim Stevenson,
Jim Stevenson, panel. And where do you live, Mr. Stevenson?
El Cajon, California.
Okay. His secret concerns, as you might assume, this handsome trophy and the championship that he won to win the trophy in an unusual competitive event connected with his job. And I'll tell you that his job involves a truck. There's your hint. If you'll whisper that what that championship was, we'll let the world know. All right. Mr. Stevenson, as I say, panel, won this trophy in an unusual event. We hope you would identify the field in which he works. I tell you again, it involves a truck. We'll start the questioning with Pat Carroll this time.
Mr. Stevenson, did this event in any way involve something like a demolition derby of half-tonners?
No, it didn't.
Does it have something to do with trucks proper?
Yes, it does.
In other words, like, I guess in the military you have to take apart your gun. Did you have to take apart your truck in 5 seconds or something like that?
No.
Did it have to do with a competition with another person driving a truck?
Yes, it
Yes,
did.
it was competitive.
Was it physical? Did it involve your driving the truck?
Yes,
as
it
part
did.
of the competition? Did it involve towing something with the truck at the same time?
No, it didn't.
Did it involve running into me on the freeway?
Hopefully not. 1 down, 3 to go. Henry?
Well, I sort of guessed by the fact that the audience laughed that it's not what usually you expect a truck to do.
Not in a competitive sense, no.
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 Were you running forward with the truck at this time?
What I meant, Henry, was that, yes, you're on the right track.
Be careful with him.
I gave you a negative meaning a positive, and I'll see after the show if I find out what my mouth is saying.
I get along well with Ludden. You know, of course, when you said that, I didn't remember what I said. The truck that you were driving at the time, were you driving in the normal manner? In the normal direction?
Yes.
Sort of like that.
Okay. Were you doing any tricky, like a slalom course?
Yes.
Why does he...
You're on the right track, Henry. 2 down, but it's not a slalom course.
No, it's not. But is it a tough? Is it the thing that is so unusual? Is the thing you're driving on? Like the ground? I mean, is it a hill and vale and valleys or anything like that?
No.
It's not where you're driving. Is it the kind of truck you're driving?
If you would tell us that, you would be very close to the whole secret.
It's a kind of truck that you're driving. Is it a trailer truck?
No.
Is it a dump truck? A
Yeah.
garbage dump truck? Sanitation truck?
Yes.
Yes.
You work for the the sanitation department?
Yes.
Yes.
And you're driving sanitation trucks in races or something?
Yes.
You are?
Yeah, I did. Yes, exactly. Very good. Mr. Stevens' secret
Well,
is
they
that...
never pick up on time at our house. I wish the winners would come over to our place.
Well, he is a champion garbage collector, as you now realize, and he placed first in the Refuseman's Rodeo, which is a legit thing. It is part of something called the Trash Lifters Olympics, staged at the El Cajon, California Speedway, and neatness did not count, I'll tell you that. Mr. Stevenson, I understand that there were several events in which you and your trash trucks ran obstacle courses while the sanitation engineers unloaded them. How did that work out?
Right. There was 10 companies there and 65 contestants, and you just ran an obstacle course in which you went through with safety and speed. You stopped at stops. You ran out of your truck, got your cans, you emptied them, got in your truck, and ran on through the course.
Is that the event that you won?
Right.
I see.
And it went by speed and safety.
And how would you define the race that you won, in case we ever wanted to get into that line of work ourselves?
Well,
Oh, really?
Yes.
Well, you don't have to define it. It was one of those things like that. Well, thank you very much, and congratulations on reaching the top of the heap. Thank you.
We'll be back with our guest star, Allen Ludden, right after these
messages. Morning. The ultimate beginning. Postcard to this address enters you in the next drawing for a queen-size therapeutic mattress.
Danger! Peril! Romance. You never know what to expect during the Game Show Network Action Hour. First, you'll risk life and limb on Beat the Clock. Then, pantomime your way to fortune on Body Language. Man against man, woman against man, man and woman against inflatable circus clowns. The action never ends on the Game Show Network Action Hour. Saturday at 4 on Game Show Network.
Thank you, Johnny. Now let's meet tonight's special guest celebrity, the star of Password, Mr. Allen Ludden.
I didn't know Richard Dawson was here.
Well, we're going to start with him this time to catch up. Suppose you tell the panelists just how we are going to play for your secrets tonight.
Oh, all right. We're going to change the procedure. You're not going to guess. I'm going to play password with you, and then if you figure out what we're saying through the sequence of password words, you'll figure out what my secret is.
Fair enough. If you'll whisper that secret to me, Alan, we'll share it with the world. Uh-huh. All right. The audience now obviously knows the secret panel, and we'll start the game in just a moment. What we do now is that Alan gives the first clue to Pat, and if she does not get the right password in one attempt, then we move on to Henry and so on right down the line and around again. We'll give you 2 free words, panel. The words are theirs and and we'll start playing for the next word, which is...
Can I start with Richard since we haven't heard from him?
Absolutely.
Let's start with him.
Absolutely. I meant to do that.
Are you ready, Richard?
Yes, sir.
Okay, the clue is worshipable.
Altar. That's not right, but it's very creative. So, Pat?
And it was funny, too, Richard. That's the best word you've had.
How would you know that? Outside.
Pat, still going for the same word.
Same word.
Uh-huh.
Adorable.
What?
Adorable.
Well, you got it without a clue. Cute, right. Oh, I shouldn't bring that.
Oh, that's all right. Okay. She got it off his
That
clue,
was a
actually.
marvelous coined word, Alan.
There's an adorable.
Worshipable is good.
And the next word is... Okay.
Where does the theirs come in? Did you say theirs was one of the words?
There's an adorable.
There's an adorable.
Oh, there's an adorable. I see.
Bashful.
Shy.
Wrong, Henry, but good. Otherwise, just we can't use it, that's all. We'll try with Anita.
Shy.
Insecure.
Speak of the devil.
Milk toast.
Richard?
Meek.
Turned out to be a rather tough one.
Yeah, you ready? Can I go back to Pat?
Mm-hmm.
Shy.
Shy, and you've had meek and milk toast. Shy. Awkward.
No.
Henry?
Timid.
Right.
Timid. Very good. There's an adorable, timid, and the next word is... Right there.
Big.
Little.
Very good.
Little. Small. Little.
There's an adorable, timid, little, and the next word we're looking for is here.
Rat.
Ran?
Rat.
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 Oh,
He
rat?
did say rat.
Rat. Cat.
Not
Cat.
right, Richard.
No.
Pat?
Mickey.
Mouse.
Yes. There's an adorable, timid little mouse. And the next word, here it comes.
Ready, Henry? Over.
Under.
Uh-huh.
Come, Pat. Back to work here. The next word is...
Anita.
What?
Anita.
Not Anita. No one.
A panelist. Panelists.
Panelists. Game
possessive.
players.
No, it's the possessive.
Panelists.
A panelist chairs.
No, Richard, girl.
Boy.
No. Do you believe this? I'm not playing this very well, am I?
No, you're doing your part, Pat.
Back to Pat now, huh?
It's the possessive of panelists that we
Yes, I understand.
Redhead.
Anita, it would have to be Anita's chair or skirt. No. It's under something. There's an adorable, timid little mouse under Anita's...
Henry, seat.
Richard Dawson. Richard, if you will lift up that chair and show us what's underneath. Lift up the chair. Richard and Henry, lift it up.
Anita's an animal lover.
If it had been under mine, I would have had a coronary.
I'll change that.
Listen now, no,
Well, as Ralph Edwards used to say, aren't we devils? Alan, it's always a pleasure to see you, and it was fun playing password with you, and you certainly got a rise out of Anita.
Yeah.
I've Got a Secret returns after these words.
Hi, I'm Nichelle Nichols, and I want to introduce you to a new...
Well, we just have time for a whole new series, actually. But let's work one more contestant in here somehow. Here she comes. You picking up the clues already? Panel, attractive blonde lady carrying something. See, that's what we know so far. What is your name?
Mrs. Mary Ellen Sennett.
Marilyn Sennett, as in
That's
Max
right.
Sennett. And where do you live?
Sherman Oaks.
Okay. Mrs. Sennett's secret, panel, concerns, as you might assume, this object. I'll put it up there so our cameras can get a good close look at it, at least in wrapped up form. We permit you to see its general size and shape, but since you have to guess what it is, it makes sense to cover it up, I think. And that's your secret. If you'll whisper to me what's in there, Mrs. Sennett, we'll tell the audience. Wow. I think, again, perhaps because Richard got rather short shrift. We're going to get you some long shrift next week, Richard, but because you got short shrift so far, we'll start with you this time around. And we'll give you the clue again, something that Mrs. Sennett brought with her here tonight. We'll start with Richard.
All righty. Marilyn, is this something you've made?
No.
No. Is it something that's you bought in a shop, in a store?
No.
Well, no.
If I sat on it, could I hatch it?
No.
Is it made of an ordinary product, household product?
No.
Does it have any use? Is there a use to it, or is it an ornament?
It's useful.
Right.
Would the mouse like it?
I don't think so, do you?
He would have very little interest in it.
Nothing would interest you. I'll speak to you later.
Miss Sennett, is it edible?
Yes, it is.
Because it has the shape of a plum pudding. Is it made out of something unusual? It's an ordinary...
It's an ordinary enough thing.
Right.
It looks like an overformed grapefruit, then. Would it be of the citrus family?
Right.
It would.
Well, that's it. It's a big fat orange. Or a big fat grapefruit. Or a big fat tangerine.
Henry, there's only one thing left.
Lemon.
That's it. If our friends from Florida will forgive me, we have grapefruit and oranges this large quite often. But what is unusual about this one is that it is indeed the biggest lemon I ever saw, anyway. In case you want to make a comparison. As Richard often says, compared to what? This is what a regular-sized lemon looks like. So as you can see, there's quite a difference there. Now, what's the explanation? Did you specially fertilize it, or how did it get like that?
Well, no, Steve, it's quite
It's quite a mystery. I bought that for $1.99 in a nursery.
You bought that lemon for $1.99?
The lemon tree.
A lemon
right.
tree for $1.99.
Right.
And that concludes our program.
Do you mean that grew off a $1.99 lemon tree?
That's right.
Was it just one lemon that grew on it, or they?
Oh, no. If the first year, when it was planted, it didn't have anything on it. And then about 3 years later, it had 2 giant-sized lemons on it.
Wow.
5 years later, which was last year, it had 50 on it. All giant
50
size.
great big ones like that?
That's
and here's
right.
the pictorial evidence, as we say, of this remarkable story. We'll get a shot of that in just a moment.
What do you do, pour old drinks from parties?
The strange thing is nobody really knows why this lemon is...
It's quite a mystery.
...is going to all that trouble.
You don't put extra fertilizer or
Nothing.
Or mad things in it?
Nothing. It's just a
May I
mystery.
cut into your...
Please do.
She has a lot of them. And they say that it tastes like a real lemon. You can see it's no...
It has a much thicker rind.
Oh, yeah. Look how thick that rind is. We'll get a close
Probably
look at that.
German.
Let's see. Richard, would you come over here for just a moment? I'm going to...
Would you go take the pucker test, Richard?
give you a piece of that, and then we'll slice up a couple you can take back to your drinking friends over there. Put that in your martini.
Some kind of joke?
Better invite the lady back next year. Who knows what that will bring?
Bigger and better lemons.
Well, if any of you people out there in the lemon business, have you been contacted seriously by... If I were raising lemons, I would get in touch with you and say, can I borrow a seed or something? Have you heard from them?
No, we haven't. No.
Lemon, huh?
Okay.
And it has double the seeds in it, too, doesn't it?
Ah.
That does
for
have
spitting
seeds in the center,
contest.
right.
It's a very lemony
right.
lemon.
But it does have a thick rind also.
Well, if any of you folks in the lemon industry seriously would like to get in touch with Mrs. Sennett, you can do it through I've Got a Secret. Maybe we've changed the whole world here somehow by this remarkable discovery. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.
Speaking for I've Got a Secret, a Mark Brooks and Bill Topman production.
Don't touch that dial. Your favorite celebrities are getting ready for an all-star family feud. Next, here on Game Show Network.